What's up, everybody? Mike Dolce here, four-time world MMA trainer of the year, but also prolific strength coach, having worked with a multitude of athletes in every single sport. For the majority of my career, once upon a time, I was a competitive amateur powerlifter. I had a 535-pound bench press that was a gym lift, but seen by dozens, if not hundreds of people over the course of my career. I was never a specialty bench presser because the bench press always hurt me. I had chronic shoulder injuries as a result of my amateur wrestling career, and those came with me into my powerlifting career. Like you, I spent many sets and reps and days and workout progressions focused on the traditional flat bench press. And I, like you, always struggled, always suffered, always got hurt, never had the gains I wanted. Conversely, my training partner was actually a multi-time state champion in powerlifting, competed at the national level, was an amazing bench presser. He was a super heavyweight. He had this massive barrel chest and these tiny little T-Rex arms. I, on the other hand, have a very wide arm length, a very long limb length, and have more of a traditional physique, let's say. I was not suited to bench pressing, though my deadlift was excellent for my body weight and size, and my squat was excellent. I had great leverage for squatting and deadlifting, not so much for bench pressing. What I found through my own anecdotal experience, that of my own training partners, to which I've had many over the last 30 plus years. I started weightlifting at 8 years old, in a gym at 12 years old. I'm 45 as I speak to you right now. And I've moved some serious weight over the course of my career. I could bench press 315, 365 for pretty clean reps most of the year, though I choose not to. I'll train with 120 to 130 some odd pound dumbbells for sets of 8 to 12 repetitions, depending on how my shoulders feel. But rarely do I ever perform the flat bench press. And that's what I want to share with you right now. So that preamble out of the way, the flat bench press is one of the most overrated, wasteful exercises that you are likely performing. It is holding back your gains. The flat bench press visually looks good. There is no athletic carryover for the flat bench press. There is no athletic carryover for the flat bench press. Did you hear that straight? I work with a multitude of professional elite Olympic athletes. Less than 10% train the bench press, and those who do are just excellent at it because of genetic factors. Nearly every strength coach I work with at every top team and institution never programs the bench press because of the high likelihood of injury. Now, what I will say is that the bench press is holding back your strength gains. The bench press is holding back your muscular size gains. And I'm going to tell you here in a moment how to gain massive amount of size, massive amount of strength by not doing the bench press. Now, what is this voodoo? What is this secret sauce that I'm speaking of? Well, let's think what the bench press is supposed to accomplish. The bench press is a primary pressing movement. It is a prone version of the press. We speak about vertical pressing, horizontal pressing, as we also speak about prone pulling and horizontal pulling. Very simple biomechanics here. The prone bench press is a terrible exercise simply because of the way the body moves. In order to train your pec, what does the pec do? The pec brings the arm across the center line of your body. And if you put your hand on your chest, you sweep it across, you can feel that pec fully contract. The more I come across, the more contraction there is. Now, if I'm bench pressing, I'm pressing to here, there is minimal pec involvement in the barbell prone bench press. So why do we perform it in the first place? I listened to Doug Brignali on Mark Bell's Power Podcast, repping the Mark Bell t-shirt right now. He brings up a great point about it. Again, every intelligent strength coach I've ever worked with, we all throw the bench press to the wayside. What one exercise is far superior to the bench press? And now let's think about this for a moment. What one pressing exercise dramatically beats the bench press with regards to gaining muscular size, gaining muscular strength, and has the largest carryover of any one single pressing exercise? Drum roll, please. Bam! The standing overhead military press by far exceeds the bench press in progress. Now, initially, you will likely not be able to handle the same amount of weight as when performing the lying prone bench press, though the central nervous system involvement of performing the standing overhead military press is much greater, which brings about a higher level of physical adaptation. You are literally getting strong from the floor, as we can see here, those little toes on the ground. Strength from the floor. This has a dramatic athletic carryover. Now, go to Google Scholar. You can search this on your own. I may or may not throw up links. Just listen to what Uncle Mike says right here. As you progress in the standing overhead barbell military press, and this actually shows a pretty good element of the muscle, anterior muscles anyway, we can see the major involvement of the anterior deltoid, the upper pectoral muscle. The pec minor is also worked, plus the serratus for stabilization, and the tricep. You can see this, the trapezius, the rhomboids, the lats, the core is dramatically engaged in this exercise also. This is an amazing carryover exercise. And that's what we speak about in the athletic field. Is this a carryover exercise? Does this exercise carry over to the field, to sport, but also from an aesthetic perspective? The standing overhead military press will have you look like you are a 500-pound bencher, though you may not be. The standing overhead military press will have a dramatic carryover to your field sport, but also to other lifts. Now, they've done a multitude of studies that proves as you improve your standing overhead military press performance, your bench press will increase. Conversely, as your bench press increases, your standing overhead military press typically does not, and oftentimes goes down. This is not also considering the high risk of injury in the prone bench press that you, I, and all of our friends have tweaked our shoulders, gotten hurt doing the prone bench press. The only time anyone should be doing a prone bench press, in my opinion, is if you are a competitive power lifter who competes 1/3 of the events in the bench press. Powerlifting is squat, bench, deadlift. That's it. I think it actually should be a squat, overhead military press, and deadlift to quantify true strength. So scrap your bench press training. Now, rep scheme. Rep scheme should be approximately, for everyone listening, approximately 3 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions. Get used to the weight, but I would train at an RPE scale, somewhere of an RPE 8, because you do not want to train to total muscular failure on the overhead press until you are an advanced level trainee. You will have a dramatic carryover if you're training near an RPE 8, approximately 80% of your total training load and ability with consistent dedication to this movement. And maybe once every 6 weeks or so, you can test your prone pressing on a floor press, never a bench press. Consider the floor press, by the way. I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think about this? And also, guys and gals out there, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel if you have not. We're trying to grow this channel. I rarely ask for it for a little bit of time. I'm going to ask all of you guys to just support us a little bit, help us get back into the algorithm. We want to provide you the most honest, evidence-based, actionable information from a humble brag here, a world-class coach, the 4-time World MMA Trainer of the Year. Sports Illustrated called me one of the most sought-after coaches in all of professional sports, and I'm happy to give this information to you completely for free. Little subscription, little click the bell for notifications, little thumbs up, and just give me a little FU Dolce, which means effing unbelievable content Dolce. That's an old school little community joke in there, but leave a comment below. I appreciate you guys. What do you think about this? Overhead pressing. Now, most people don't overhead press. Bonus right now, they don't overhead press because it's hard. It's easy to lay down on the bench press. It's lay down like I'm going to take a nap. I do a few repetitions because my bro friends are doing it. It is hard to see someone walking into a power rack, walking out with 225, 275, 315, and cranking out some quality reps. That is a special human. Every thumb dick in the gym can eventually bench 2 plates, 2.5, 3 plates. Almost nobody can overhead press their own body weight. Now think about that. Be one of those rare few savages out there. I appreciate you guys. And until next time, boom.